Silver went up last week. No, it didn't. It went down. Wait, did it go left, right? I don't even know. You can't sometimes tell because of all of the quite considerable volume of videos that talk about it all the time, which very quickly become outdated. And that's one of the reasons why I just don't care. I don't care what the price of silver or gold is doing at any given time. It can go up, it can go down, left, right. I don't really give a flying monkey's uncle. And this is why. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to another precious metal ramble. Now if you're after some down-to-earth silver and gold related content, then this video and channel is probably for you. There have been some movements in the silver price over the last few weeks. It went down last week and a huge plethora of videos appeared saying silver's been smacked down, and then of course this week it's come back up again and it's a little bit higher than it once was, so inevitably there'll be more videos talking about that and how amazing it is. And I'm here to tell you that I don't really care about the price of silver. That might sound strange as somebody who uses it on a day-to-day basis for their business in terms of poured silver, but also is a stacker and investor. Surely, Backyard Bullion, you should care about the price of your silver. Well, I don't really at all, to be quite frank, and I haven't for a while now. So I'm going to talk through my feelings on that in today's video. It might be very different to your opinions and feelings on the subject, and that's one of the reasons why we make this style of video, so that we all have a fun, healthy discourse and we can learn from each other. So I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section, and if you're enjoying our content and the style that we make it in, then please feel free to hit that like button as we go throughout the video. So I've talked in the past about why I don't really care about the price of silver, and that's primarily because I see it as a long-term purchase. You know, if you're looking at the price of silver on a daily basis and you're trying to take advantage of the markets, buying when prices are a bit lower and then maybe selling, I don't know, or just trying to get that best deal. Everybody likes paying less for something, but quite frankly, if you're buying for 20 years, 30 years, next generation, 50, 60 years in the future, then it really doesn't matter at all. I mean, there's so much uncertainty in this world. The world could bloody end in the next couple of weeks for all we know. Either that, or it's just going to be a long-term storage of wealth vehicle. So from my perspective, if and when I look to buy some new bits of gold or silver to my stack, and I've made that decision to do it, I just go and buy it. Yeah, you can sit there and watch the little tickers on a given day, or put things in a basket and see where it goes up and down. But quite frankly, I don't have time for that in my life. I don't have the wherewithal within my soul to sit there and look at a basket go down and go, oh, it could go down further. I could save another couple of pounds, when I could just pull that trigger and go about the rest of my life. That's the way I view things. Now, that's not to say that it's not okay to try and shop around and maybe get the best price, or try and time things within the market to get those best price per ounce that you possibly can for your gold and silver. Of course, try and do that as much as you can. But generally speaking, for me, buying right now, spot price is £19.50 an ounce for silver, £14.85 for gold, something like that. Buying an ounce of gold today, if that was my decision, it's fine, go for it. In fact, I always joke on the forum and various other places that, as soon as I buy gold, it's going to go down. And it has so many times before. There's been a few times where it's gone up. I'd say it's probably about even, but it feels like there's more opportunities where silver and gold have gone down quite a lot after I've bought large quantities. I do remember one year, I can't even remember, there's so many that blur into one. This is why I don't really care about it. There was one year I bought something like 60 kilos of silver within a 2-week period, and then about 3 or 4 weeks after that, first purchase, silver just dropped like £3 an ounce. So it's like, what are you going to do? You've already made the purchases. Don't cry about it. Just get on with life. So from my perspective, silver and gold is about that long-term ownership of these metals, making sure that you've got something there for the future, whether it's in the form of big chunky bars, old constitutional silver, or nice cool big kilo silver coins of Britannia's. There is definitely something for everybody, and it's not something that I pay attention to on a daily basis. That said, there are of course factors which go into how and where and what I buy. A lot of those factors are not really based on a given spot price at a given time. I don't sit there and target, right, I'm going to buy another kilo of silver if the price of silver gets to £19 an ounce, if that threshold is met. it's just not in my nature, to be quite frank. Now, that is a shift in attitude for me since my very early days of stacking silver, when I was in it really primarily straight there and then for a little bit of a quick profit, quite frankly. So my first batch of silver that I ever bought, I had a little tracking spreadsheet. I plugged in the spot price. I bought sensibly from Europe at VAT exempt prices, so had as close to spot as I could physically get on the market. I think it's something like 12% premium over spot for silver, which in the UK is just mental. So it's like, right, when the market is above that, I will sell it and I'll make a profit. And that's my game, that's my strategy. And so I was watching the spot price nearly every day. And it's the same thing as looking at this, logging in and checking your bank account every day. It's still there, it's still going to tick along. You don't need to check it every day. Just see what's happening every now and again. And that's kind of how I look at things. And it's the same now thing for gold. It's just something there. Once I've got it, it's in there. It's locked in. Have I got an example here? Yes, I've got an example here. Like, this is something I bought back in 2017. And you can see it's from Atkinson's. Paid £1,015.60. Gold now, of course, it's probably worth £1,500, let's call it, for this coin. That's a pretty good sit back, relax, don't worry about it kind of return. But I value this more in my mind now than £1,500. So that price of gold and silver really does not make a bit of difference to me in terms of how I value and price my silver and gold. So in terms of how I now plan to go forwards into 2023, I'm going to do a proper video. I've got a schedule here, look at this already. For those of you watching to the end, or not even the end, halfway through my video, I'm making a little plan for the rest of the year. So here's what's to come. We've got, of course, today, to the moon. Silver's going to go to the moon. We've got some Germania coins to review on the next consequent Fridays. Merry Christmas Day on Sunday. As yet to be determined, another video on New Year's Day. And then we've got these two videos here, which I think are going to be interesting. So I'm going to do a year in review for 2022. And then for 2023, we're going to do some goals. We're going to talk about what I want to achieve with gold and silver and YouTube and just generally life, quite frankly. Anything precious metal related. So, we are going to have some strategies and goals going forward for 2023. And some of that will be, based on, I guess, the price of silver. I mean, there's not really a great deal that's going to stop me from some of the goals that I want to achieve, quite frankly. And that's why, again, spot price doesn't really matter at all. Now, I say that, but if, of course, silver goes to $100 an ounce, to the moon, $1,000 an ounce, $10,000 an ounce, $1 million, or what is it Dr. Evil says, $1 trillion, then, of course, things will be a little bit different. But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all. So I don't think there's going to be a great deal that's going to stop my goals next year, which is, again, evidence to say that the spot price really doesn't matter one little bit for me in terms of where I am. I've got goals for adding ounces of silver and gold to the stack. I've got goals for my business. I've got goals for YouTube, and none of that is going to be related to the spot price of silver or gold. So from that perspective, I don't really care. From the other side of me, the internal investor in me, there's an element that will care. I do want to ultimately make money on some of these things. I don't want to just sit here and, sink money into something I'll never earn anything back from in the future. But it's about the opportune moment at that given point in the future that works for you. Day trading silver, possible online if you do stored silver, if you do, index trackers and things related to silver or gold, fine, okay. Very risky though, not really my cup of tea. However, if you just have physical silver or gold for day trading, you've really got to set yourself up as like a dealer side of things. You're really going to have that volume. The margins will be very low. There'll be swings in the market like today, like last week where it went down. If it goes down, what are you going to do? You're going to make less money, liquidity, all these questions. It's doable, and people do it. That's why dealers exist and how they exist. But, from my perspective, yeah, that's not the way to invest in silver. It's the way to trade in silver as a business, but not invest. So there are a lot of different things to factor in from whatever perspective is right for you, and that's another thing that's important. So when I start to see the price of silver go up 50p an ounce, 60 cents, 70 cents on the dollar, I think to myself, is that really something that we should be groundbreakingly, shatteringly making videos about every time something happens in the market? maybe, maybe not. I also think as well, like, you know, what's the point? Like this video, if I'd just done a video that goes silver went up 50 pence an ounce today, it's absolutely debunked, not debunked, that's the wrong word, useless. It doesn't matter. It's out of date. It's just, you know, nobody's going to watch it. Why would you watch something that's out of date like that? You know, this constant ream of videos that come out, which is just chasing that instant moment clickbait. So if I do a video like this, I feel, where I'm talking about why it doesn't matter, where I think, you know, it fits in for me as a stacker, as an investor, as a collector of gold and silver, then I think that surely is a little bit more of a longevity style approach to this stuff. So yeah, from that perspective, I really don't care about the price of silver at all. And for those of you watching now, 11 minutes, the Backyard Bullion Rambling Society, thank you. The Cool Kids Club, love you, brilliant, thank you. Here's another little bit of insight for you. There's so many crazies out there in this world that think that the silver price matters to the nth degree, and it's the thing that will break the Fed, break the COMEX, break all of that. And it is hilarious to see those people get super excited every time the price goes up, but then they get even more excited when the price goes down because they can buy it at a discount. There's just endless hypocrisy when it comes to these things. The only way, in my opinion, to stack over a particularly large budget is just to do it slowly and steadily over time and enjoy what you've got. And then at the opportune moment in the future, that's your goal. That's the time when you make the hay. So yeah, there we go. There's my thoughts. There's my rambles. A big thank you to you all for watching. If you've watched to this point, then subscribe if you're not subscribed, I guess. We've had a load of new subscribers come to the channel over the last couple of weeks, with a few of my videos going pretty viral. And I want to say a welcome to all of you. If you do like this down-to-earth kind of content that's not just talking about stupid shoot-the-moon scenarios, then let me know down in that comments if you're in that camp, because the amount of sort of stupidity that's out there for these kind of content creators and other social media creations on various different platforms often dwarfs the sensible people. And it is always good to hear from those that are level-headed, rather than just the shoot-the-mooners and the world is going to end any minute now. It's funny, isn't it? Because the world hasn't ended and silver and gold haven't shot the moon. In the 7.5 years I've been making videos here on YouTube, is it 7.5? 6.5 years, nearly 7 years now. And no, 7 years stacking, 6.5 on YouTube, that's it. You know, it's mental, quite frankly, to really believe that the dollar will collapse tomorrow. And it's nice to hear, it's refreshing to hear from the people out there who think similarly to myself that it's not going to happen. It could happen, but it's so super unlikely. Anyway, look, I've rambled again. We're in the super special ultra Cool Kids Club, not Kill Kids Club, that's a very different type of YouTube channel. We are in the super ultra Cool Kids Club. Thank you one and all for watching. I'm going to stop now. We'll have a great set of videos for you in the run up to Christmas, into the new year. We'll see you there. Thank you one and all for watching. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.